Can you believe it?
That we're going?
We're doing it.
We're doing it? We're going.
We're going. This is the moment, like, I got goosebumps. We're filming our first vlog to talk about our move to Costa Rica!
So what are we doing in this video today?
So today we're going to be answering some questions. We had a lot of questions on social about our move. Thank you so much for all the questions. I want to start with not a question that was asked, but like how did this whole thing start?
Back when I was a power line technician and we're thinking about the end goal, because for 4 or 5 years, I was away from the house. I was gone working for the entire week, and I'd only see Emily on the weekends. And all we had in our head was, okay, after these 4 or 5 years, when I get my certificate, we could travel, and we can even go down south. We can go work in a place like Costa Rica or Mexico, and eventually what we ended up doing was moving out west because we had a great opportunity. And you started working your online business before the move.
Yes.
But then really working on it full time.
Yeah, and then the business started to be successful.
Yeah.
And we put numbers on the table, trying to figure out our budget. And like the goal back then was not only now you were at the house every single night, we were spending time together, not only on weekends, but you were working a lot.
Yes, I was doing like
and
16-hour days.
Yeah, we were seeing the business like grow, and we were like, man, what would we need like with the business to be able to replace your income?
Yeah, we wrote down those numbers.
Yeah, and then we ended up working really hard, having our second child, Callie, and when she turned 9 months, because of the business and how we grew it, he was able to take a leave of absence.
Yes, yeah.
And stay home with Callie and me. And he was really involved with the kids, and I was focusing on the business. And then at the end of the 9 months, what happened?
Well, I went up to my bosses and I told them I wasn't coming back, that I was gonna continue helping Emily with her business and focusing on our kids. So I got to spend a lot more time with Lily after the 9 months.
Callie. We have a lot of kids.
I spent a lot more time with Callie after the 9 months.
Yeah, so this whole story, it has the point, because at this point you quit your job. You weren't tied to a specific location, because the business that we have allows us to like work anywhere in the world. As long as we have our phone, the internet, we're good.
And after quitting my job, we thought to ourselves, we're in BC, we had no family there. We made new friends, awesome friends, but we're like, well, what's holding us back? Let's
just go somewhere.
Go somewhere.
And I don't know why we picked up Costa Rica, because we had never been there.
No.
But I bought that book. So the book that we were looking at yesterday, we've had that for over 5 years.
Wow, really?
Yes. So I bought it back in BC.
Okay.
And then we were like, that's it, let's just go for a year in Costa Rica. But then I got pregnant with Jack.
So what did we decide to do?
Well, we moved back to Quebec, and we decided to just,
which was good for business-wise. The majority of our team is in Quebec.
It was a really good move. Obviously, it brought us here in this moment, and I mean, it's been perfect. And then we had Lily, so now we have 4 kids. 3 of them are going to school, and I know a lot of questions are about what we're going to do with the kids in school, but this whole story just
started a long time ago.
Yes, and then we're like, you know what? Everybody's been through some challenges, especially in the last 2 years with the pandemic, and like not knowing like what could be taken away from us. And now that we can start traveling again, and it feels like things are more free again, we're like, we want to do this right now.
Yeah, the kids are at an age where they're excited about it.
Yes.
You know, so I think it's a good time to go. Everything is in place for us to go. Nothing is holding us back. So
and originally we had thought, this is going to be like a 4-year plan. Like we're going to...
Yes, yeah. Well, that's what it I think a year ago we said, okay, let's make it a 4-year plan. We'll travel to Costa Rica every year. We'll save up our money, and then we'll make the decision, okay, do we want to move or not?
Yeah, so, and last year when I was pregnant with Lily and we were in the middle of a pandemic, we almost put our house for sale.
Yes.
We're crazy like that.
Yeah.
We're just go people. Like we're not
fixed to one place. We're actually the digital nomads.
Yeah, we are nomads at heart. Like we love to see the world, and I feel like those 2 years not being able to travel freely, as freely as we would have liked it to be, it made us think about what we really wanted to do. So one of the questions that we had was actually about the house. Are we selling the house? We're not selling the house.
No, we love this house.
We love the house, and we decided, because sometimes we tend to go from 0 to like 100, or like all or nothing kind of people. Yeah. But we really love the place here, the house. Like, I mean, it's amazing. And also, we don't know how we're gonna feel. We went to Costa Rica once, and we stayed 5 weeks.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. We went to Samara, so we've been in the Guanacaste region, and this is where the same region we plan to go back to, but not in the same city. And we loved it, but it was more of a vacation, you know, even though I was still working here and there, but it's not like we lived there and we experienced like the school system and the whole world, really. So that's the plan. We're keeping our house here. Someone asked about our cats. Our cats are staying here. Someone's babysitting our cats and our house. So we have someone here taking care of
over the
the house, the property and everything. So we're all set for that. And so another question was about the school. Are you going to be homeschooling, Damien?
No, we tested that during COVID, and it wasn't something I felt like doing again.
Thank you to all the teachers in the world.
Yes, thank you. You guys are amazing.
You do a wonderful job. But
I mean, it's an option, obviously, if you want to do that. But right now we have our kids in a private school, and we check private schools down there, which there are many, and we've decided to put them in a private school.
Yes. So you could potentially do with the regular public school, but we decided to do the private school. So you have a few options, and they're pretty much signed up right now.
Yes, we got to put our... what was cool, we did the process recently. So we were checking all the school systems, or the schools in the Tamarindo, Playa Flamingo area. That's where we're deciding to go. And there are like 5 or 6 private schools over there. So you get to choose which one best fits your family. And we finally found one. So they wanted the kids' report cards. They want each of their teachers to fill out a form describing the kids, how they were, and they got accepted. So.
Yeah, that's really good news. And I was just thinking that you mentioned that one of the ladies you spoke to is from Canada.
Yeah, because her report cards are in French.
Yes.
And I was like, would you like me to translate these? And she said, it's okay. Our administrative person is actually French Canadian. So.
This is fun. Like when we went to Costa Rica the first time in Samara, huge French community.
Yes.
And a lot of people from France.
Yes.
So it was fun because we would go to those little local markets, and we'd hear people speak French, and like French from France, and a lot of Quebec people. So it was interesting.
I have a friend who's actually there. She's with her family and
in Samara, and then we have a couple of friends that are in the Playa Flamingo region that have been really helpful for us. They've been there for over 1.5 years. So when you really want something, the whole universe conspires to help you realize it. This is from Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. And I feel like we've been focusing on this so much, and we found out that our friends were going there, and like...
Oh, I think that pushed the plan, the 4 or 5 year plan, to be like, why don't we just go?
Yeah, and then we were able to have that resource. Like it felt like the universe put these people, like say, hey, if you have questions, you know, they're doing it, so go ask them. So we've been chatting with them, and they've been very helpful. Merci, Vero et Jonathan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias, mi amigos.
Muchas gracias.
And so that's been really cool. So that's I'm going to take a look at the questions because we have a lot. Okay, so someone was asking where we're going. So we are going in the Guanacaste region around the Playa Flamingo area.
And I think a big reason why we chose this place is because we have friends that are going there, which is a nice part of, or living there right now.
Yes.
And it seems to be a popular spot for schools. It's like a bigger area. There's more private schools.
The question is, how are the kids feeling with the decision that we're moving to Costa Rica, like all the changes in school, family, and all that?
So how are the kids feeling? They're very excited. I think we've always been like a close-knit family where we do activities. We've traveled so much together.
Yes.
And we've traveled to Costa Rica,
yeah.
And they know how fun it is.
Yes. I think they feed off of our energy too.
Yes, absolutely.
Like we were not nervous or anxious about how the whole thing would go because we're just so excited. Plus, they're still young. I mean, our oldest just turned 10.
Yes.
So, you know, I
and
think
we've heard stories that like when kids are older, maybe in high school, it's a little more difficult. They have their friends, they might not want to come. So
yes, we feel like it's a good timing for that. And like Damon said, like we've been really like trying to build close relationship, even though like our kids fight very often between each other, they still really enjoy their company.
Yeah, they play all the time.
Yeah,
with each
so
other.
like, you know, they got 4 to be playing together. So they're very excited, very happy. Actually, I hear Callie say, I want to stay in Costa Rica forever. So we don't know how they're going to feel when we get there.
Because vacation is different than actually living in a spot
and going
for
to
a
school.
year.
So also, they're going to school in English. They've always gone to school in French, mostly, except for Leo, who went to daycare in English a few years. But that's something new. But they are perfectly bilingual. You know, they speak English fluently. They watch TV in English all the time. Their Nona speaks English. Their aunt, their cousin. So they're used to it. But obviously, it's going to be...
It's a bilingual school. So Spanish is like a huge part of the school that we're going to, which we're excited about.
Yes, and we want to learn Spanish. Like we want to immerse ourselves in the culture as much as possible. Right now, we downloaded that app that's called Duolingo. That's what just gave a notification to Damien on his watch saying
time to study.
It's time to study. So we're doing that as a family. It's really fun. It's like a game.
So all their iPads, they have it, and it is a game. So we're like, you know what? Typically, we don't allow iPads during the week. It's like a weekend thing where they can go on their iPad for a certain amount of time. But now I think we'll let them go on it for at least half an hour if they want to do Duolingo.
Yeah, and we try to put music in Spanish too, like just to, you know, immerse ourselves in the language. So someone's asking if we bought a place over there.
No, we did not buy a place. So actually, do you want to talk about what we decided to do?
Yes, we decided to rent for 1 year, and we were looking at Airbnbs, and obviously over there, like the rental industry is very popular and it's very lucrative to rent by the week or the month. So to find like a good deal for a year can be challenging. It always depends on your budget, obviously. If you have unlimited budget, you can just go and do whatever you want. But if you're like, you know, you have a number in mind, it's a bit challenging through Airbnb sometimes because people just rent by the week or the month. But we were very, very fortunate to find a spot that we were able to get for a discount for the whole year. So
what we did is we contacted them and we saw their monthly price and we said, would you guys be open to doing a year lease? And they came back and they were interested. We got lawyers involved because I think in Costa Rica, it seems like they get a lot of attorneys involved when you're buying a car, when you're renting, when you're doing things like it's not the same as here where you can just sign a lease without a lawyer.
Yeah, so we went through the whole process and have our own attorney who's working with us to make sure that the contract is good for us too, and she made a few adjustments.
Yes.
And so now we're good to go, and we have a place for a year, and it's like walking distance to the beach. Our goal going there is to be outdoor as much as we can and see the sunset.
Yes, and we'll be able to see the sunset every night if we want.
Yes.
And I think it's very convenient to walk to the beach
Yes.
when you have 4 kids and you don't want to drive all the time.
Definitely, definitely. All right, so the question is, how are we going to be able to still run our business in Costa Rica, even though the company that we represent is not currently open over there? How are we going to do that?
How are we going to? It's an online business.
Yes, it's an online business.
So just like when you go on vacation to Punta Cana or Paris, you're still online so you can work from that destination.
Yes, exactly. So when I was in British Columbia, I built most of my business entirely in Quebec, even though I was not physically over there. That was still my market and my audience was over there. And yeah, so we're going to continue doing the same things.
Yes.
We're just going to be on an extended vacation and we have access to the internet. We have access to our business over there. We can do it. So that'll be it. Someone's asking, why Costa Rica? Why not another place?
It's funny because when we're talking about destinations we'd like to move to, a lot of these destinations we didn't visit.
Yes.
But we thought, what was the most realistic destination that we would maybe want to go to? And it was Costa Rica. So we planned our trip. We visited Costa Rica and we loved it.
We loved it. We love the fact that Costa Rica is like one flight away and it's like 4.5 hours or
a direct flight from Montreal.
Yes, and I think we fell in love with the vibe. Like the pura vida. This, like, everything is like, you know, so chill and more relaxed and the pace is slower, and that's what we're after. Like, we want to see how we're gonna feel over there because we are so aware of how our environment is like affecting us. So we want to test it out. Oh, someone's asking, okay, so the question is, why not only leave for like 6 months? Why not just go for 6 months?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes, and I think the reason why is we wanted to test it out for an entire year. The rain season, whatever seasons, just like here in Canada, we have 4 seasons.
Yeah, I have another answer. The kids need to go to school.
Yes, well, that's part of it too.
We didn't rehearse this, you can tell.
No. But absolutely, the kids are going to school. We want them to be stable.
Yes. So 6 months it wouldn't work for school. It would be challenging. I mean, it's not something that we wanted to do.
No.
But we thought about it because we love it here during summer.
Yeah. Well, that's another part of it. We want to spend a whole year without seeing snow too.
Yes. I want to know how it's going to feel for my soul to be barefoot every day and not freeze, be grounded on the earth, like put my feet in the sand, walk in on the grass, and
the
waves of the ocean, and seeing the sunset, like witnessing it and seeing the sunrise. I mean,
I can't wait. This could be amazing.
Oh, it feels good just thinking about it. When are we leaving?
We are leaving in mid-July.
Yeah.
July is a very popular month for our family because
so many birthdays.
So many birthdays. So we want to celebrate as much as we can. It's Lily's first birthday. So I want to celebrate that with the family before we leave.
Yeah. And we have a business trip, like our biggest annual event that's going to take place in person this year after 2 years of not attending. Wow. So we're going to go there, and then a few days after we're planning on leaving to Costa Rica.
And we're going to be there for almost a month and a week before the kids start school.
So I think that's about it for most of the questions that I scroll.
Yay.
And if ever there's any questions that you still have, you can post them in the comments below.
Because we'd like to get back to vlogging weekly.
Yes.
And when we're in Costa Rica, sharing as much information with you guys, but we want to know, what do you guys want to see? So that's important. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe below.
Below, hi, I don't know where it's going to be. Subscribe?
It's going to be below. No, down there. And like Emily said, comment, let us know what you guys want to see.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
I'm so happy we get to do these again.
Together, yeah.
You know, we slowed down on purpose when Lily was born. Now she's 9 months, and I mean, we still are enjoying her fully. Like, this is obviously our family is our priority, and we've built this whole business to give us the freedom of like being together and enjoy that time, because that's our most valuable
Yeah.
thing, right? Is the time that we have with the people that we love. But we really enjoy doing these, and we were super excited, and we want to
And we want to see like how many people out there sort of have the same dream of like going somewhere down south, and we want to be able to share that with you guys.
And we'll be sharing as much as we can. So thanks for being with us.
Peace.
Pura vida.
Pura vida.